Previously on Black Gold. Time is running out for the crews to finish 3 wells in 50 days. At the Big Dog rig, Justin's crew is far behind schedule.
What'd you do?
Just halfway into their second well.
Good.
And the end may be near for the rig's worm, Derek.
He knows his days are numbered.
At the veteran Longhorn rig,
Watch out!
Josh's inexperienced crew survived their second hole.
Hey!
They're finally starting their third well, but they're racing against the clock. At the brand new Viking rig, oilman Mike LaMonica faced a disaster.
It'll break down, we'll have an underground blowout.
Driller Wayne and his crew stayed calm
We're gonna go to digging, ma'am.
and saved the well. But as the crews race to the 50-day deadline, their biggest tests are still in front of them.
Come look at this.
This week, a huge discovery.
We don't see this every day.
A driller finally reaches his breaking point.
Got ahead of this mother.
And a terrifying accident. At the giant Big Dog rig, problems are coming to a head. With only 5 days left, driller Justin and his crew are 8,000 feet into their second well. The only thing close to the bottom is morale. From the beginning, Justin's had trouble with his hole,
It's what we call a well from hell.
his blowout preventer,
Damn it!
and his crew. Justin is doing his best, but he has no more patience for Derek.
Come on, let's go.
The worm is struggling with even the most basic tasks, like working the tongs.
Something. Top wood. Top wood. Damn, how many times have we done this?
Let go of the bottom one.
Derek, these are the top, these are the bottom. Hey, you gotta make these bite first, then these. If you're not out here and you don't have your head where you're supposed to be, you're gonna get hurt, somebody's gonna get hurt. Don't happen, I don't like that. I gotta keep extra special eye on here all the time, always.
Across the field at the brand new Viking, Wayne's crew is drilling fast through soft ground. They're almost halfway through their third well.
Ah, make them live, baby! Yo, man, come on! Come on!
But getting this far hasn't been easy. They've had to battle equipment nightmares,
He's gotta blow!
injuries, and the worst Mother Nature could dish out.
You gotta keep it drilling, rain or shine, man!
Ah, it's beautiful.
Wayne's crew fought through it all, and no one's worked harder than floorhand Steve.
Hello, Stevie. Out of my whole crew, he probably has the most potential of becoming a driller. He's always pumped up every day. I think maybe that's just in his blood or something.
Whoop somebody's ass!
You know, I try to do a good job for you and everybody else, but I don't want to be breaking my back all the rest of my life.
Excellent!
With the rig running ahead of schedule, Wayne's about to give Steve a shot at the controls.
Hey, Steve. Yes, sir. Go ahead and make this connection, man. Yeah, all right. Really? I'm gonna stay right here with you, all right? Make it all around there. No, I'm not gonna live forever, so I gotta teach these guys to take up my slack when I get old and can't handle it. Maybe I'll be working floors with them one day, you know? All righty.
This is Steve's first connection, but he's pulling it off like a pro.
Hit it with the tongs!
Take it.
I've learned a lot about what goes on this rig. It's a lot more than just slapping a couple controls and lifting up a brake handle.
Not as easy as it looks.
Hell no.
Right there. I feel comfortable with putting him up here because he does real good. That was his first connection, and I thought he done really good. Maybe better than my first connection. I don't know, but I wouldn't dare tell him that.
know everything there is to know about running this motherfucker right here.
Thank you, Steve, for getting me all that. Wire.
A few hundred yards away, the veteran Longhorn rig has arrived at its third and final site. But inexperienced driller Josh has just 5 days until the deadline.
Watch out! There it comes! Well, they got it that time!
Josh took over a rig on pace to get all 3 wells drilled.
Hey, got it down with our service to me!
But due to his work ethic
He's a pretty good driller when he ain't sleeping.
and potentially deadly setbacks,
That's the gas.
this rig is now behind schedule. For the final well to come in on time, there's no margin for error. Luckily, the bit is making short work of the soft earth on this hole.
They're in lime, salt, something soft. You just drill away, man. You can drill a 10,000-foot well in 7 days.
But Longhorn may be slowed down by a surprise visit from the rig's safety inspector.
I'll come out here and check the motors, make sure they got up to par on their motors, on their gear in, check the crown, block, swivel, make sure the hands are doing their job, so I can shut everything down.
The first piece of equipment to inspect is the blocks, the 5 tons of steel that hoists the drill string out of the hole. Josh's brother Michael gives the inspector a smooth ride up. Michael knows what's at stake for the rig.
If we're doing something wrong, they go back to the office and tell them what we're doing if it ain't safe or something. So we really try to keep everything right. Every day there's the crew getting run off if they ain't doing what they're supposed to do right.
While the inspector works, Josh double checks the rig. But a driller can never forget when there's a man above the floor. Josh returns to the console and makes a critical mistake.
Whoa, Josh, whoa! Driller didn't notice I was up there and slacked off on the block. That ain't good. Well, I could have had my foot locked in somewhere so I wouldn't swing anywhere. I'm stuck on that air hoist. He come down that block with my foot in there, my foot or something's coming off. Yeah, it got me heated a little bit. I thought y'all was digging a hole.
Longhorns got less than a week to prove themselves, but the inspector's report may put the brakes on this crew.
We won't tell them to run them off, so we'll say, hey, they're not being real safe out there. Mark the table, dumbass. They're not safe.
Coming up,
Smell of money, baby.
Viking finds a surprise at 6,000 feet,
We got more live oil, people.
and Justin eyes the end for Derek.
I'm gonna make an emergency paycheck. Beautiful weather we got right here. This is good firing weather.
At the Longhorn, young driller Josh has just 4 days until the deadline.
Make them back, damn it!
The Longhorn has started their 3rd well. They're ahead of the Big Dog, who's still on their 2nd, but they trail Viking, who is halfway through their final well.
Damn rope on that mother.
Yesterday's near miss with the inspector slowed them down temporarily.
Whoa, Josh, whoa!
But Josh thinks he can get the rig back on track.
Get your grease gun. Hurry! Waste my time, boys. Come on.
He's in a hurry and about to make his 2nd mistake in as many days.
That's what happens when you leave the pump kicked in.
Today, he only covered his crew with drilling mud.
They live with it. They've had worse. That wasn't nut right there. That's just a little bloodbath.
But his team is losing confidence in their driller.
Call me Dad. DAD for dumbass driller. I think they're funny, but
The shift just started, but Josh's crew is already soaked and bent out of shape. Looking out on the horizon, things are only going to get worse.
Looks like some pretty nasty weather coming in. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's been real hot. I want to get soaked.
With Big Dog so far off schedule, Justin regrets the decision he made weeks ago.
When I first got going with my drilling job here, I kept Derek. Tried to see if maybe he'd become a good hand, try to see if I could teach him explain things. Maybe he'd catch on and learn. Something's not right. He's not all up there.
It's kind of frustrating because a lot of things I know how to do, but I want to do them the way he wants them done,
I can't teach him anything. I can tell him 10 times in a row I want this one specific thing done, and he'll come up and ask me for the 11th time.
I asked Justin, like, hey, Justin, we cool? He said, no. So when we going to be cool? He said, probably never. I'm like, what the, man, I got no beef with the guy,
Get these elevators off.
During a boom, good roughnecks are hard to find. Justin's tried to teach Derek, hoping something would eventually sink in.
It's not like just here and there, once a week maybe he screws up or whatever, but it's every day he screws up.
Some people just like to push your buttons if they know they can be pushed.
I just can't handle. I can't play with his head games. I can't do that. I'm not out here to play games. We're out here to work. How many times have I told you that? Huh? You just don't care or what? Not really? Okay. I'll show you caring here in a little while.
I do care, dude.
Huh?
I do care.
After butting heads all shift, Justin needs a break from Derek. But for Derek, it won't be a break at all.
First thing I want you to do is go all over this location. All over, I mean everywhere, except for inside of the houses. And I want you to pick up every tool. Every tool you can pick up. Shovels, picks, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a small crescent that don't even belong to you. Get it. Pick them up, bring them where they go, okay? Do that and come find me after that. I'm usually a pretty lenient guy. I don't make him get out and do nothing unless I don't really have to. But him, I'm gonna make him earn his paycheck.
At this point, the question isn't if Justin will axe Derek, but when.
It's beautiful weather we got right here. This is good for firing. This is good firing weather.
The next morning at the Viking rig, driller Wayne is about to get some bad news.
Alrighty.
They've stopped drilling to change the drill bit.
Yeah, we're fixing to get out here on the floor and rip the bit out of the hole. I guess that bit got wore out on us there. Somebody should have made a lot more footage, a lot more hours than it had on it.
They pulled nearly 6,000 feet of pipe to get the worn bit out of the ground. And the last section of pipe brings a surprise for the crew.
Come look at this. Definitely ain't something I see every day.
4,000 feet before the bottom of the well, the Viking has struck West Texas crew.
Got oil, live oil. Please, this is smelling money, baby.
Yeah, we done got oil. That's what it's all about right there.
I know somebody in some office somewhere is happy as hell.
Word travels quickly to Mike LaMonica.
You got oil at 6,000 feet. That's way too shallow. Are you sure? That's not possible because we're not supposed to hit oil that shallow. I'm gonna come out and see this for myself.
Coming up,
I really need to see that oil.
Mike LaMonica may have struck the big one.
I need you to get me a sample.
And an accident rocks the young Longhorn crew. Back on the Viking, changing the drill bit turned from a chore into a celebration. Viking's plan to drill 10,000 feet has been interrupted by the discovery of oil just 6,000 feet down.
You see that black gold coming out the top of that pipe? That's what it's all about right there.
We're finding it way sooner than we thought. Well, the next 2 years, this rig's drilling holes. We might not see any oil.
Mucho bueno, senor.
Yeah, that's oil. Should be a pretty good well then, I guess. And we haven't even TD'd yet. Really can't stress that one enough. We don't see this every day.
The unexpected find has brought an excited Mike LaMonica to the rig.
Was he feeling any sticking when he made that last connection?
That is slicker than pig spit, buddy. Hell yeah, it is. Just like ice skating, brother, with this live oil.
I'm trying to calculate how much oil we've been making money-wise. I'm trying to do it in my head. How many years you been doing this?
About 27.
27, you can't do it off the top of your head by now?
I gotta have my books.
I can't either.
But they still don't know if this is high-quality, top-dollar crude. LaMonica will check it firsthand.
I really need to see that oil. I need you to give me a sample. I really need to see a sample.
It is in the water right there, Mike.
Get right below that, away from the crap. There you go.
Each one of these reservoirs are coming from a different geological time, and you can tell by looking at the oil from what formation it's coming from. You can have millions of barrels under here in a zone we never expected, and that's awesome. That's very good. That's good oil. That's sweet oil. You saw me last week. It was horrible. I was mad. I was upset. So now we're screwed. Everything that was bad last week is now forgotten. It's kind of like a woman when she gives birth. All that sorrow, all that pain, and she forgets about it when she's holding that baby in her arms. You know, this is like holding the baby in your arms.
The Wells made an early strike, but Viking is still going to 10,000 feet. While LaMonica's gamble is already paying off, he's betting the best is yet to come. The Longhorn's well is a long shot to come in on time. But Josh and his crew continue to punch pipe into the ground as quickly as they can.
Let's go, boys, let's go! Woo!
They're drilling fast today. But after the inspector's report, the rig supervisor is up on deck, keeping a close eye on the young driller.
What was that? Set it down, dumbass. There you go, down. Hey! You got it!
Josh has just 3 days to finish this well. But when the tool pusher sees a sudden loss of pressure in the circulation system, drilling stops. Normally, drilling mud is pumped through the drill bit to clear away debris. If the problem's in the pump, it's an easy fix.
You should have at least 12, 1,300 pounds of pump pressure. We got 200 pounds of pump pressure.
I have something under your valve.
Yeah, finally, get up. Down, my
Josh's crew switches to their backup pump to see if it will bring the pressure back. But it's worse than a pump issue. It's a crack in the half-mile of pipe underground. Rough rig handling is a common cause for pipe damage.
Hurry up, damn it!
But no matter who's at fault, it's got to be fixed immediately.
It's a lot of pipe we're fixing the trip.
A lot of time to be losing, too. Let's go! Get you some!
The muscle for this pipe trip is supplied by J-Rod. He's the rig's worm, also known as the lead tong hand.
Hurry up, J-Rod!
He's slinging the 500-pound iron tongs.
Still got a wall, fellas, a wall!
They separate the pipes like a giant wrench.
Come on, pick the mothers up! Oh, J-Rod, you can't get your own damn latch, you need a Michael.
But his driller's still on his back.
Come on, J-Rod, you need a little wall out. You can't even latch one latch. Hurry the f*** up! Told you you can't latch it. Hey, driller. See how it's done?
3 hours into the pipe trip, J-Rod is exhausted. But he's got to stay sharp. The quarter-ton tongs are dangerous in the hands of a worn-out worm.
You can get your hand caught where they latch. It'll smash your finger down real bad.
Tired or not, with 2 days left to finish this well, his driller has no time to waste.
Yeah, boys, got another gear!
J-Rod still has 3 more grueling hours working the tongs.
Pipes going more, boys!
The Longhorn crew's making good time, but moving pipe this fast is dangerous.
There you go!
This is exactly what Mike LaMonica feared when he saw the young crew.
He has not seen enough things go wrong to watch out after his hands. Very dangerous.
There's no choice but to press on. And Josh continues to run his crew hard.
Come on, Dad. You're learning, you're learning. Getting weak on me or what? You must have thought you must get tired.
But with his focus on his men and not his controls, the day's about to take a turn for the tragic.
Watch out, boss, watch out.
Coming up, the Longhorn crew reels after a brutal accident.
Come on, white man. Oh.
And Big Dog's driller finally reaches his boiling point.
It's up, okay?
On the Longhorn, J-Rod, the rig's worm, is down. His driller made a mistake. Josh pulled the wrong lever, sending the 500-pound tongs crashing into J-Rod. Remarkably, J-Rod's conscious and able to stand.
Can't breathe as good. I think I might have cracked some of my ribs.
Josh knows if the rig supervisor hears about the accident, he could be finished.
Don't say nothing about what happened a minute ago. They'll tell y'all about it later.
How it happened, I don't know. You'd have to ask that driller. It shouldn't have happened. About threw my asshole into the drawworks. You see me go out to fix it real fast, but I'm all right.
You have to be tough in the oil field, cracked ribs or not. J-Rod will gut out the rest of his shift.
I won't be able to walk tomorrow. It hurts.
J-Rod survived the accident.
I'm hurt. And I'm tripping hot.
But the young crew might not last much longer on the Longhorn. Back at Big Dog, the seemingly cursed rig is shut down again. This time the problem is their swivel, the heavy iron mechanism that allows the drill pipe to rotate during drilling.
Let me call a welder.
Big Dog's owner, Autry Stevens, has already spent nearly $1 million on this hole and is turning up the heat on driller Justin. The crew is ready to break under the stress.
Tension, man. Need some idle on this old Some of these people.
Come on. Hey, come on.
Ready?
Hello. That's all right, we'll get him out. Get off of it. Come on, man, this ain't Sesame Street, dude. Do I need to get a Sesame Street video for you? Or
Yeah,
what?
probably what you need.
Damn.
I just don't listen to people talking all bull. Little thing called
All these
respect.
slips and dope the back of them. You not hear what I said? Get all these slips
I
and
thought
dope
you
the back
said.
of
I
them.
thought you said these.
Slips. You see these slips? See the little ones?
Need to dictate.
Come on,
man.
don't stand around, just do something, dude.
All right, man. Start using diction.
Sure, what?
Speak up.
Huh? You wanna go home? What?
Nah, dude. I just
What's
want
the
to do.
deal, dude?
Want to do my
Huh?
job.
What? What's the deal?
I said I want to do my job, man. Need relax.
Outside, don't you?
You want me to do something? Speak the up. I don't understand.
The sun's gone down on Big Dog, but Justin's just warming up on Derek. Justin hasn't fired Derek because he doesn't want to break in a new worm. But it's clear they can't work together anymore.
Up, dude, up, okay? Stupidest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. He's not listening to me. Every time I tell him something, I tell him to do something, he talks back, smarts off. I'm sick of it. He's just supposed to get going on. You're a space cadet. You got your head everywhere else but on the job. And I'm about sick of it, dude. Some slack.
Speak up.
Slack. Damn, dude.
If I'd have heard you, I'd have stopped.
What?
If I'd have heard you, I would have stopped. What, man? I don't around for real.
Justin's the real driller. He expects you to work when you're here, and when he tells you to do something, he wants you to do it. He don't want no back talk.
Yes. His patience is real. Isn't at his normal level. He's normally a testy guy anyway, but man, it ain't make me think straighter. You know? And it's like he can't understand that, but I don't know, just whatever.
He's a problem for everybody.
Coming up, the Longhorn's problems have the bosses worried.
Our job is to make sure to provide a safe work environment.
And at Big Dog, something's got to give. Someone's gotta go.
Hope he rots in hell. Think he's heartless, man.
Over at Big Dog, it's almost quitting time, and Derek survived another day. Driller Justin is too far behind to lose Derek, but the rig's overdue for a change.
Hey, come on, Derek, come here. Oh, okay. Derek! Hey, man. Get fired. As I said, tired of you, dude. I can't handle you no more, dude. I told you that for days. You've been out here for months, dude. I can't take it no more, dude. I tell you every day the same thing, dude, over and over and over. You look at me like I'm an idiot, dude. Yes, you do. Don't argue, dude. Just sack your get fired, okay?
You let me get a transfer?
No, it's real simple, dude. Go sack your get fired, dude. No chances, no nothing, man. I've given you chances. I've given you chance after chance after chance after chance, dude. I've been your friend here. I've been your friend there, dude. And I've been your boss here, and I've been your boss there. No, there's no straight nothing, man.
Hey,
What?
you're just like looking for something to argue with me about.
No, I'm never looking for nothing to argue about. No.
Yeah.
Get the out of here. You're gone, dude.
I refuse to argue back.
Get the out of here. You're arguing right now.
I'm leaving.
Peace. There's always a little bit of difficulty in, having to fire somebody, but it's part of life, man. It's business. You have to do what you have to do.
Justin, I don't know, man. He's got something stuck up his wishing it was my I think.
You got fired?
Yeah. Him, dude. He's got issues. That's all I can say. That dude's got some issues. No, dude. He just been even nitpicking like he wanted to instigate an argument with me all day, dude.
Had to fire him. There's nothing I can do, man. It's putting stress on me and putting stress on my other guys and slowing all of us down, and man, I can't have that.
I don't get him, dude. I don't get him, and I just now at this point I don't want to, man. Hope he rots in hell. That's what I think of him. Think he's heartless, man.
I feel a little bit sorry for him, but this is a big learning lesson from him right here. He really liked this rig. He really liked being out here, and he enjoyed showing up to work, and and reality came crashing down on him today. And I'll tell you what, he'll remember this when he goes to another rig.
Back in Midland, business is booming for oilman Mike LaMonica. Viking's third well is looking like a winner. But today, his thoughts are on the Longhorn. Josh almost injured an inspector.
Whoa, Josh, whoa!
Before taking out J-Rod, his worm. Mike knows from personal experience how dangerous a rig can be.
Early in my career, a young man that was only 23 years old, just 2 or 3 years older than me. First, he got hit with pipe. The pipe knocked him down and landed on his chest, and I watched him die. And watching someone die, it really made an impression on me.
He needs to discuss the Longhorn with EXL partner Doug Robison.
Worst thing that happen, get somebody hurt or killed.
Yeah.
Out of those things. And
right.
We've seen it happen, not on our rigs, thank goodness. But we've seen it happen in this area.
I'm not putting my life on the line like they are.
Our job, part of our job, is to make sure that we do everything possible to provide a safe work environment. That we insist and there is no compromise in that area.
After deliberating, there's only one solution to the rig's safety issues. Josh, the Longhorn's driller, is fired.
Josh's crew was released.
The driller gets run off, the whole crew gets run off.
Small things have a tendency to build up out here, and as small things grow, it's kind of like a wart. If it gets too big, you're gonna have it cut off, and that's basically what happened.
Is that fire ready? This one's ready to rock, man.
That was probably pretty ready.
This one's hot. Here, son. Catch. The safety man said something about us, and I guess that was the last strike.
We got our worm. We got our driller. Used to call him a driller. Used to being at work all the time.
3 years of drilling, that's the first time I actually been run off. We've been transferred, but not run completely off. You can't get your feelings hurt. You don't get hurt about it. You don't it's the whole feeling. I'll take it and move on.
While Longhorn's about to get their third crew, Viking's about to finish their third well in 50 days, right on schedule.
What we got going on out here today is, we're getting close to finishing up our little well that we're doing out here. Thank God. Now, Yeah, we're all real pleased with the way the rig's been running.
It looks like a big moneymaker for LaMonica. But partner Doug Robinson wants to see for himself.
You can see the residue on the side of the pit. There was an oil skim on top of it.
When you start seeing it up here on the top, floating on the pits and stuff, that's a pretty good indicator that we're going to have a hell of a well right here.
Hey, wait! Wait!
This well's a huge success for the Viking crew and LaMonica. Later today, they'll reach total depth and maybe even a second reserve.
You don't want to trip pipe?
No, I love it.
Oh, do you? Yeah, I bet you do.
Most millionaires like that, they wouldn't have nothing to say to me, but yeah, I like that when they come down there and shoot with you. I mean, that tells me they're all pretty good old guys.
See you, Wayne. This rig is going to be with us for a while.
Robinson likes what he sees. With a show of oil like this, there's plenty to be happy about.
Get a sample of that. Refineries love it because they do all kinds of stuff with it. Closer to gasoline and your jet fuels and all that, the lighter is. That's real black gold.
Mike LaMonica and his small company gambled on this prospect, and it looks like they've hit the jackpot.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime deal for me. I've read about these guys over the last 100 years, these independents that would drill a well, and they hit the big one. And they're unexpected, so I'm really excited. I'm very, very excited. This could be one heck of a big field.
Coming up, the 50-day drilling program comes to an end.
Very proud of the boys. They've been taking care of business.
It's probably the easiest day we've had in a while.
The oil business is the lifeblood of West Texas. The men who chase their fortunes here commit their lives to the oil field.
I double the amount of that I'm buying from you.
Whatever you do, I'm going to take care of it.
That's true for Mike LaMonica's pipe salesman, Brewster McConaughey. And for his buddy, retired pipe millionaire, Butch Gillum. Butch needs Rooster's help. A friend's last wish was to carry his love of the oil field into eternity.
That's an urn? That's an urn with a dead guy in it.
And I want you to dump the dead guy's ashes out over a drilling rig for me.
The main deal is you're going to be dumping him out the window. Okay? What's that somebody blowed in on us?
Well, I don't know. I hadn't thought about that.
Okay, I got him. Here's the Billy.
Butch's late friend Billy saved wells that were in trouble. He spent his career bringing life back to the oil field. He wants to spend the afterlife here, too.
We're going to go drop Benny off in a drilling rig. That's what we're going to do. It's not only quit on life. Stop it to burn thunder, you say.
Down at Big Dog, Justin's cleaning house with the help of the new worm.
Yeah, just walk around the whole location, just right on the edge. Look for trash and pot spills. All right.
Derek's history. And the future looks brighter for the crew. With less tension on the rig, Autry's decided to give Big Dog a second chance.
The driller has shown some progress, so we're going to give him another shot. I think he'll make it.
Things are already better.
It's probably the easiest day we've had in a while. I'm enjoying it. Everybody else is.
Man, what can I tell you? This is a lot of damn responsibility, Butch. Don't dump that. No. That's the thing that's worrying me.
The 64-year-old Longhorn rig is up and drilling again with a new crew. Mike LaMonica and EXL want the veteran rig to finish this well.
Wait a minute, there's a tooth down there. A what? A tooth? Well, can I pick that out? I leave it all.
Wayne and his Viking crew are the men of the hour. They're hitting total depth on their third well today.
Very proud of the boys. They've been taking care of business.
As far as I'm concerned, they couldn't ask for better than that.
LaMonica thinks this big well had help from above. The rig site was named for a close friend who recently passed away.
Tasha is just a beautiful young lady. I've been real anxious about drilling this well. This could be the biggest well we've got, and just the fact that it's named after Tasha makes it even sweeter.
Butch and Rooster finally find Billy's old rig. The roughnecks below are in for a surprise.
Some poor son of a doesn't know, but he's gonna get Billy all in it. Billy, it was good knowing you, buddy, and it's a pleasure and an honor to work with you and serve with you in this oil field all the many years it did. It's going all over that drilling rig. Perfect. Did a good job, Rooster. Thank you, Rooster. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Billy is now a permanent part of the oil field landscape. While rigs and roughnecks may come and go, the search for black gold never stops.
It's original.